Hi, my name is Ruch, and you're watching ANSWRD. Hi, my name is Ruch, and this is my 2003 Mitsubishi EVO 8. I've had this car for 14 years in the family. This was like the cool four-wheel drive turbo thing from Japan. There wasn't really much of that going on in the US, and you play games like Gran Turismo, and you always wanted to have an EVO, so that's why we got an EVO. My favorite things about the car, the steering feel, the shift feel, the brake feel. My least favorite things, it has really loud race brakes on it right now. They squeal a lot. And I don't like the big wing on the back when I'm driving, so you can't see behind you in the mirror. Now let's go answer some more questions.
All right, Ruch, what's the exhaust sound like on this thing? Oh, that boost. So we're going to start off with some Facebook question. My friend Michael asks, EVO or STI, and why?
Oh, I'm pretty biased, but definitely EVO. I like the EVO because, honestly, like the difference between the two cars, yeah, they're both four-wheel drive turbocharged cars with four doors and all that kind of stuff. So people look at them kind of similarly. But to me, the STI, the Subaru drives like a normal car that's been made to be fast.
Yeah.
And which for a lot of people, there's nothing wrong with that. But in the EVO, it feels like a purebred sports car that happens to have four doors.
Yeah.
It's a real different mindset to the way the cars are, and it just gives a much better driving feel, I think.
Yeah. So from the ground up, you'd say the design and not going into this car is a totally different plan than what's.
Yeah, it's a totally different mindset, and you see it, in the way the steering is on the two cars, the way the handling balances on the two cars. You definitely see the mindset difference. But on the other side, the Subaru is much nicer inside than this stuff.
Yeah, that's fine though. It's fun. All right, and then another question: what is it like in corner handling? Is it light and quick or heavy and slow? And how is the power application coming out of a corner?
The mid-core handling is pretty good actually. It's really good on turn-in. You turn in and it's a different driving style to drive this car. You turn in, you have to get on the gas pretty hard, and that's the way you drive it. You don't drive it like a rear-wheel drive car in that sense. You just got to get on the gas hard.
Yeah. All right. David asks, does it have any mods to it, or is this a stock?
It has a few mods. It's mostly stock, but it has a few mods. It has a full full exhaust with a high flow cap. And it has a set of really mild cams. They're 264s, which are like really, really mild, which I did because my dad drives this car and he doesn't like to rev out the car a lot, so he likes more initial instant torque rather than like, oh, I'm gonna rev out the car. And it has a Quaife limited slip differential, and it has a rear built limited slip diff as well.
And what's the red line on this car?
The gauge says 7,000, but with the tune on it, it goes to 7,500.
Nice, cool. And how much power is that making?
On the 91 tune, probably at the crank, probably around 350, maybe a little bit more.
Okay.
On E85, it probably gets about 400, maybe a bit of 400.
And so you've run this car on E85? Right?
Yeah, I do have an E85 tune for it. I don't have an E85 station really close to me, so I don't use it very often. But I do have an E85 tune.
Gotcha. And how big of a difference does that make? Like, if someone watching this has an EVO, is it worth it going through the E85 process?
Yeah, it totally is. It's basically like race gas for $0 because you get so much octane, and cars like this need crazy amounts of octane. And California has next to no octane for regular gas, so I do recommend getting the tune because you get a big power bump out of it.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so we answered some Facebook questions, what the exhaust sounds like. A fourth question I missed here. Can you drift this car? It's all-wheel drive.
It's all-wheel drive, so you probably can't drift in the traditional sense, but you can get a good power slide coming out of the corner. So.
I mean, if you're Ruch, you can get a great power slide.
Yeah, you can do it, especially because it has the built rear diff too, so it has good locking in the rear.
That's fun. Cool. So now that we answered some questions about the car performance-wise, we're going to get to how the car is as a daily driver. Is it tolerable as a daily? And then we'll talk about why you got the EVO and what cars you've had in your personal past. So let's start with what car did you have before you started driving the EVO, and what
cars I had before the Evo, I had a 2001 Honda Prelude Type SH, and then got the Evo, and then I had another couple of cars while having the Evo, which is a 2003 Honda S2000 and 2005 Lotus Elise with a supercharger. But yeah, getting the Evo, there was no other car in the choice. It's actually my dad's choice of car, and he flat out, he's like, oh, I really want an Evo, and he bought it, and my mom hated it. Like, my mom said you can only get this car if you get it in black, so like as you're as least visible as possible, because he wanted a white one or a yellow one. And my mom flat out put the foot down on that and said, well, I don't like the car at all, but if you're gonna get it, it can only be in black.
Well, you know, I didn't actually know that, and I like the car in black, and you know, it looks so stock on the outside.
Yeah, I mean,
the driver counts for a lot.
Honestly,
it looks like a regular car.
It
it's
does,
almost like a sleeper, just with a wing and, you know, kind of an aggressive front.
Yeah, the wings, I think technically the wing was an option, but I think every single car had it. Like, I don't think you're allowed to order a car without the wing. Especially in the early days. We got it, we were the second car out of that dealership, so we got it really early. But yeah, it looks stock. I like clean, stock-looking cars. It actually has carbon fiber front lip, but it's painted to match, so it doesn't stick out. And but yeah, I like cars that are just more standard in appearance. So.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So, what is this car like to daily? And you know, can you fit people and luggage in this car?
Yeah, you can. I mean, it's it's a full 5-seater car. You can. Now, I've taken 5 people lots of times in the car. But the one thing is the exhaust drone in the rear seat. It's like a different sound wave thing back there. Like, people in the back seat can't hear a thing. Like, they just get deafened. But in the front seat, it feels fine. Like, it just feels like a normally modified car. But the rear seat's really loud. So anyone sitting in the back is not going to have a good time. But you do have the space to carry people and things, though.
Yeah, that's awesome. And what's your gas mileage like on 91?
On 91, probably like 22, 23 miles a gallon. So not great, but not bad either. When my dad drives the car, maybe like 20 miles a gallon, or like 19.
What's the E85 like?
E85, it gets about 16, 17 miles a gallon. But E85 is much cheaper, so it kind of evens out. So
what happens if for people who might be thinking about going to E85, if you are running low on E85 and you're on the tune, can you just add in 91 to save yourself? Or
it's not like it doesn't have like the wideband type thing where it's like a flex fuel where you just add in 91 and just drive off. Like, you have to wait for your E85 to come basically to like a full-on empty tank, near to the empty tank. Then you put in 91 and then you switch the tune. There's a process to switch the. Yeah, so it's like a Konami code to switch the tune.
So what are a few annoying things about this car?
Right now, the most annoying thing is the brake squeal. It's really, really loud. Everyone thinks I have broken brakes or something whenever I pull up anywhere. So that's really loud. It's annoying. But the brakes, they work wonderfully. They're like race pads, so they grab hard and this car stops really well. The other annoying thing is you can't tell what kind of car is coming up behind you ever, because the wing is right there. It's always right in that eye line where you can't tell what kind, especially at night, and you can't check the light pattern out. If you want to see what kind, see if there's a Crown Victoria or whatever coming up behind you can't really tell because the wing is right in the line of sight.
Cool. How's the entertainment system in this car? I mean, gauges, radio, stereo system, all that.
So the reason why this car has an aftermarket radio, the stock radio, it broke 3 times in the first week of owning the car. Every CD, this is back when people used CDs. So every time we put a CD and use the radio, it would skip. Every CD would just, over every bump, the CDs would skip. And we replaced 3 of them under warranty. And eventually, clearly there's something wrong with just the inherentness of the radio. So we put an aftermarket stereo. And the gauges are great. It has one aftermarket gauge, which is the boost gauge, which is, on E85 is useless because it only goes to 25 PSI, and on E85 I think it goes 30 PSI. But all you see is just bouncing off the end, so it's basically useless. But on 91 you can use it.
Nice. And if money wasn't an issue, what would you mod up this car?
I would probably get some Öhlins suspension on it. I don't want to drop it too much, so I'd probably get Öhlins and keep it near the stock ride height. I'd want maybe either a rebuilt Evo 9 turbo or a Tommy Mäkinen Evo 6 turbo with a titanium wheel.
Nice.
I like that because the titanium wheel has a lot of response, and I would change the cams to something more suited to what I like, high revs, you know, like some Kelford 272 cams, something more high strung than what it has right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so you know, we talked about how comfortable the car is, what you do to it. Clearly, you do a lot. At the point that it is right now, would you get another car as a daily? Let's say I give you $10,000, 15 grand. Are you gonna put it into this car, or are you gonna get a daily?
I'd get a daily.
And what
yeah.
would you get?
If I would get a daily for that kind of money, if I could get another S2000, I might do that.
AP1?
AP1, yeah. I like the AP1 more.
Awesome. So to answer the final question, to anyone considering picking up an Evo, you know, it's not the newest car around, but it's definitely still a blast to drive. Should they get it?
Yeah, they should get it. You know, with some caveats, but they should get it. If they really like performance cars, they should get it.
Yeah. And any other cars, you know, if someone had the budget to buy an Evo right now, would you recommend, or you know, what are things to look out for when buying an Evo?
Some things to look out for, honestly, like I think the biggest thing to look out for is the previous owner. Like kind of gauge the character of the previous owner, because a lot of these cars get like abused into the ground. I mean, yeah, it's cool, like, you know, you can take cars to track all the time. This car's taken the track a lot, but there are some people that just like do, like, you know, foolish modifications to the car and kind of run them into the ground. So I'd probably look out for that more than anything else, and just, you know, see how intelligent the previous owner was.
Got it. That's good to know. Can we get a little quick downshift and pull to end the video?
Sure.
Well, Ruch, thank you for the ride in the Evo and answering these questions. Hopefully for the viewers, they learned a little bit about the Evo, you know, and figured out if they want one or not, or if they want to sell theirs.
Sure.
So if you guys have any more questions, leave them down in the comment below. Make sure to subscribe for next month's video, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.